Brisbane's new runway is set to open in 2020, but its story spans an entire century and is inseparable from the story of the rise of Brisbane itself. The promise and excitement of air travel took hold in the 1920s. Queensland aviators like Bert Hinkler and Sir Charles Kingsford Smith led the world with their long-distance flight records. Qantas won its first mail run from Brisbane, and the Royal Flying Doctor Service was born. And they all used the grassy paddocks of Eagle Farm Aerodrome, now called Brisbane Airport. During the 1930s, Brisbane had been busy building its City Hall, Story Bridge and University of Queensland campus at St Lucia when, in 1939, World War II broke out. In 1941, the United States Army Corps took control of the airfield, using it as a major Pacific defence base. When they left, the airport inherited all the upgrades from the war: sealed runways, hangars, aprons, just in time for a global boom in air travel. By 1970, Brisbane's population was heading toward 1 million people, and the airport itself was already handling well over that number of passengers per year. It was clear, though, that an expanded airport capable of growing with Brisbane into the future was needed. The early planning solution to accommodate that growth featured wide-spaced parallel runways in a north-south alignment with terminals, road access and other facilities positioned between the runways, and the location right next door to the existing runway and terminal. Construction of the expanded Brisbane Airport got underway in 1980, and just as the city began a decade of major events and developments that established its presence on the world stage. The new Brisbane Airport runway and terminal opened in 1988, just in time to welcome visitors to World Expo 88. The success of Expo heralded Brisbane's arrival as a new world city, capable of attracting and efficiently handling millions of visitors. Leveraging its global exposure of the 1982 Commonwealth Games and Expo, Brisbane continued to grow as a popular destination for business and leisure throughout the 90s. In 1997, when Brisbane Airport Corporation was formed to purchase the airport from the Australian government, passengers were reaching nearly 10 million per year. When the current runway and terminal opened, those early plans for a parallel runway system were not forgotten, and an area large enough for a wide-spaced parallel runway was set aside ready to build on when it was needed in the future. Brisbane Airport's current runway system has served us well since '88, but has reached its limits in the busiest parts of the day, mornings and evenings, and is nearing capacity for many other parts of the day. Our new runway, built parallel just as the original planners had envisaged, effectively doubles our runway capacity, enabling our city to meet its enormous potential, adding thousands of jobs and contributing billions of dollars to the economy each year. Watch as Brisbane takes its next big step toward the future when its new runway opens in 2020.